This is Ari with Connects Pros. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about an important topic, and it was something that was not from the top of my mind, but a lot of our account managers here had asked me to make sure that I incorporate into one of my future blog posts or articles the concept of how to not just give an estimate, but how to also maximize your results with estimates. So I felt this is not just something for our own clients that would benefit them, but for anyone out there that's in the home improvement contracting world. Obviously, you could always improve how we're giving estimates, what we're doing after giving an estimate. But that's really what the critical factor is here that we're going to discuss today, is not just how to create an estimate. That's relatively easy in today's world. There are so many softwares out there, so much technology that makes it very simple. It's not the old school style carbon copy, handwritten out, or maybe even older school on a cocktail napkin. Today's world, it's very easy. A couple touches, and you're able to deliver a professional, modern, clear, detailed, itemized, estimate for a client. So what I want to focus on today is when we are giving the estimate, how to set ourselves up for success, and then what to do after we've given the estimate to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the most likely position to secure the job. Now, understand, first and foremost, there is not a single contractor that I've ever met, especially that are going after homeowner inquiries that are not just coming in from referrals, word of mouth. Those are obviously a little bit more like a slam dunk of an appointment. But I've yet to ever meet any contractor that I've ever worked with or come in contact with that is closing at 100% or even 90% of the estimates they go on. There's always going to be estimates that we don't win, and we need to accept that. But what we do need to do is put our best foot forward, because we never know which ones are going to be the ones that sign on the dotted line and we do work for, and those that are either that small or large percentage that we don't win. So the first thing we need to do is, when we are giving an estimate, set up the next steps. So what do I mean by this? You have two options. You could either deliver, and typically in today's world, by email as an attachment, an estimate to someone, and then wait for them to come back to you. That's the very old school traditional, similar to I made a phone call to someone, I left a message, I'll wait for them to call me back, as if that's the way the world works these days. So when it comes to giving an estimate, this is super critical. What do I mean by this? Is when you are providing that estimate, letting the homeowner know, your potential client, letting them know you are providing the estimate, and setting up a follow-up day and time. This could be in person to come out. That is entirely up to your processes, or just even following up with a set time for a phone call or a video call. Today's world, everyone loves doing video. Why are we doing this? You can't control the next steps if you're not involved in the next steps. So when you put yourself in as a consultant, meaning I am going to inject myself in your, Mr. Homeowner's, process of how you are going to determine who to hire, I've allowed myself to be in more of a driver's seat. So the way we do this is setting that up in advance. I'm going to deliver this to you, but I want to know a time to follow up with you. Now, why are we following up is important. Beyond just controlling things, but they are getting other estimates. It's rare that you have a homeowner that is not getting at least one, if not multiple other estimates. So if we're leaving it to the homeowner to determine, reading one estimate versus another, and they're not experts in this, they're never going to figure out why your pricing is such, why another person's pricing is such, and they're going to make a determination often just simply on pricing. When you inject yourself in the situation, this thought process and the evaluation process, now you could act as a consultant. You could understand what other people's estimates are and help them understand how that's in your estimate or why it's not. You could help them understand what is in your estimate, the detail level that you go down to, as opposed to maybe other estimates that you're comparing to that are much more vague, general, leaving the person open up to much more cost than what is written and quoted to them. There are many things we could do to control. Not that I ever suggest cutting cost, but if it's a few dollars difference, a couple $100 difference in the price of what someone else is quoting and you are not going to really completely destroy your margin because you are a business, then you have the ability and flexibility to, make some moves on your bid so you can win the business without just undercutting others. Without that set appointment, and I call it an appointment because that is what it is almost impossible to be in the driver's seat and win a high percentage of estimates. We're, as I said, leaving it to the consumer versus us as a consultant, as an expert, guiding them through a process and helping them make the best decision for them. Now, of course, you need to have rapport with the client in order to have them trust you to do this, but that's, again, something that should already have happened if you're at this stage with a client, having built that rapport where you can step in as a consultant and share your expertise and help guide them in this process. Now, the other aspect of this is beyond just the control, is you're not waiting on the homeowner to get back to you. And that's what homeowners need. They need to know that you are not desperate, but you are eager to help them. Eagerness is shown to someone else in timeliness. How quick or how frequently are we in touch with them? Are we at the top of someone's mind, or are we buried somewhere far below? So when we are doing such, and not just setting up the appointment, but we're following through, it also sends that powerful and positive message to the homeowner that you are serious about them, you're serious about helping them, and you're serious about being the person that they can rely and trust on to do this project to the best of your ability. So these are the reasons why it is so important. So what is the process, just to summarize, that I suggest is when you are giving an estimate to someone, lock down the follow-up day and time. My recommendation is always a 24-hour period to 48 hours at the most after giving that estimate, having that scheduled appointment time to either get out there and see the person and do this in person, or, again, either verbally or through video remotely. The next step is, when you do your follow-through, to find out what questions they have. If those questions are hinting at some differences between estimates they're looking at, inject yourself as a consultant and help them to decipher and understand the estimates and what exactly you do and the value you bring. That's the opportunity to not just necessarily resell them, but really secure the deal. The last step, obviously, as we said, is being able to alter, if necessary, your bid so you have more opportunity to win jobs. Without that knowledge, it's impossible to win. It's just a crapshoot then, and we'd rather have some loaded dice versus, again, just taking the odds. So I'm hoping that this is helpful to many people, not just our clients here, as our account managers asked me and requested to do a video or a blog about this, but I'm hopeful that this can reach so many more people and really give you insights of how to succeed. Being successful in home improvement contracting is not challenging. All it takes is taking proven processes from people that are already successful and winners and replicating those positive processes and incorporating them into your own business, into your own life. Thanks for joining me. Here's to your success. Have a great day.